Hey guys, welcome back. There seems to be a pretty good interest in the breakdown videos. And so I figured, since I've got this Hogue X5 button lock in on loan from my buddy Jake, the Medford Guy, we would tear this one apart and see what it looks like inside. There's nothing really wrong with it, but I figured, since I've got it here, why don't we take it apart and have a little look-see, right? Looks like they put some pretty good Loctite on that, because this is really pretty tight in there. So, all right, whatever. Let's just see what we can do here, right? Not taken apart a button lock before. Well, as you guys have seen, I haven't taken apart a lot. Taken apart what you guys have seen on my channel here, because I've never taken stuff apart prior to this. So, yeah. It'll be interesting. Let's see what we can do here. I have realized, though, just taking apart a few of these, that I need to up my my driver game and my tool bit set game, because I just don't really have what I need sometimes. I don't actually have. There's some knives I can't take apart because I just don't have the bits small enough for that. So, but that's coming. In time we'll get some of those. So yeah, there's a spring here that's pushing this open because of the button lock. So let's just see here how bad this flies apart and what happens. Why does the back side not want to come apart? Because it's kind of cockeyed, so it's not coming apart easily. There we go. So you can see it's not really dirty. I mean, we'll wipe it down just because. I'm going to try not to cut my fingers off here. But you can see the spring for the button lock and how that works. I was curious on if when you make this a left-handed, if you could, I mean, that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to take it apart, was to see if I could change the button lock to be left-handed also. But it does not look like you can make the button lock left-handed. So for you left-handed friends of mine, and I do have a couple, if you switch it to be left-handed, the button lock is still going to be right-handed configured. So I'm just wiping this off off camera here. What is interesting is there's no washers, there's no bearing, there's no nothing. It's just the blade onto the aluminum. And I don't have very many aluminum knives, so maybe that's common with the aluminum? Not sure. But that's, to me, a little interesting. So this should go back together fairly quick and easy. But I think what we will do is we will drop a little bit of lube in there. And I've got this new stuff here from Viceroy Oils. So let's just see how that works. First time I'm using it. I just got this the other day. Peter Viceroy hit me up and told me I needed some. So I'm like, all right, I'll take some. Maybe this, a little bit in the detent track will help with that detent. I don't know, we'll see. All right, maybe that's enough. It's all kind of new, this, just a new oil, so we shall see how it all works, shall we? So this one, got to kind of put the Actually, let's just open this up like this and put it together this way, I guess. Forgive me here. It's going to take a second to kind of line things up. And I really kind of need to do it the other way because the detent, how the pivot goes together. Yeah. All right, well, this is not the way to do it. So do as I say, not as I do type of thing here, I think is how we're going to approach this. So that was in there like that. And then this went over the top. It's kind of backwards, the way the pivot goes together. So we'll just see if we can get this lined up. All right, so it's lined up, I believe, because this thick part of the pivot kind of went in from this side. I should wipe that off because that I can feel is a little grimy on the pivot. See if I can wipe it off without having the knife fall apart since I got it all lined up already. See, this is not so easy to do around the camera. So I'm sitting behind the camera with my arms sticking around. And so sometimes it's a little awkward to look into the camera to try to see what I'm doing, so to speak. But I think we're on the right track here. We'll get this together, and then I'll just put some Loctite on it when I'm all done. I like to go back and do that after the fact, just to make sure that everything lines up and that everything is back together correctly and functioning. And then I just pull one screw out at a time and Loctite it. So for me, that's the easier way to go. But super simple. I didn't realize there would be no washers or bearings in there. I kind of thought I figured it was washers just on the way the action felt. But apparently it's a nothing. No washers, no bearings, no nada. Which is interesting to me, but okay. I did not really keep track of these screws. I think they were all the same length. But we shall see here in 2 seconds, because it's just about back together. Not too shabby, pretty easy to take apart, easy to get back together. Blade is still pretty centered. Pivot needs to be a bit tighter, I think. So that was, oh yeah. Now that it's all cinched down, get that pivot. Yeah, see the pivot's really kind of tight there in those last few turns. So that's too tight, which is normal. But yeah, too tight to do with one wrench. So you got to have your backup here, backer wrench. I think that's why it's tight there, so that it doesn't come loose. There you go. There you go, not too bad. So yeah, the detent is easier to fire now. I think the detent loosened up with the little bit of oil in there. So I think we're in pretty good shape now. All right, well there you go. Teardown of the Hogue X5 blade button lock. Let me know what you think down below, guys. I appreciate you watching. And again, thank you, Jake, the Medford Guy, for sending this in. Guys, have a great day, and we will see you on the next one.